All right, Mike. So this is the next trailer that we're going to look at for Marvel Spider-Man 2, which comes out next month on the 20th of October. Let's take a look here. All right, so yeah, we just got done taking a look at the trailer. Mike, what do you think?
It looks good. I was a little confused though about the little mission system. It was like a little further back when he pulled up his phone, I think.
Right here?
Yeah, right here. Yeah, was this the mission system you were showing?
I believe so. Like you can pull up like a list, and then you can select what you want to do that way, and then you can also switch characters. So you can switch between Peter and Miles in real time, is what he was saying.
Okay, so that's what he was explaining.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I
yeah,
also like how he said, furthermore, and stuff you complete, like the world itself will change too. Like you can see different points of interest come about from your actions. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, like that.
yeah. So I think the new traversal system that they added is good with the web wings and
Yeah.
the web wings. If I can get that shot right here. They look very fluid. Like it doesn't look like you can just fly forward. It looks like there's a full like 360-degree range of motion with them, which is interesting. So it looks like you can actually like use them to pretty much fly around, almost like Batman in the
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
yeah in the Batman Arkham game. So yeah, that's pretty cool that they added that. I don't know what because he didn't really they didn't go into that with this trailer what all of the new side missions are going to be because I think a number of the side missions were good overall in the original game, but there were those from the game's audience that felt that the side missions really were monotonous and they weren't that fun, which I disagree with. But there were some that were kind of okay, for example, there's a mission in the original where Peter chases pigeons around. You gotta catch pigeons, um, and I forgot why he was chasing pigeons in that game, but yeah, that was a bit random. So I don't know what all they have, and then they blocked everything out in the video, so you can't see what these icons stand for.
Did the first game have factions too? I heard he mentioned that.
Yeah, they did. It did. It had a few different factions. One of them was Silver Sable's army from the original, and then you had your normal criminal gangs or whatever in New York. I don't know how they're going to do it this time, but I'm certain that Kraven's faction is going to be in there, and the Lizard is one of the villains in this game, and maybe they'll have like some lizard enemies in there.
I like the variety of the spider suits too they got going on.
Yeah, the customization, they're going crazy with the customization this time around. There's a lot more suits that they've added. Personally, because they've said like there's over 65 different costumes this time, different suits. I don't think personally that the game needs that many, but I'm not going to complain as long as they don't try and like monetize them, like and put microtransactions into the game.
All right.
Yeah, which I'm fairly certain they're not going to do that. As long as you can collect them all, like in the game itself and whatnot, then I'm cool with it. But all I need is my classic red and blue. I don't need
Hmm.
I don't need all this other crazy shit that they're putting in there. Like
Combat looks really good too.
the thing though is that like the combat system, it was really fun and it was pulled off extremely well in the first two games. But something that's been bothering me for a while looking at the footage for Spider-Man 2 is that a lot of the attack animations look like they were pulled right from the first two games. And not just the combat, but even the web slinging.
The straight copy paste.
I'm sure they added some new animations, but a lot of it does look the same. There's a shot in this trailer where Miles is swinging through the city, and it's the exact same animation from Miles Morales, the last game. Sure, if I can even find that shot. I don't know exactly where it is in here, but it looked exactly. I think it's right here.
Or the fireworks that light up the sky over Coney Island. Exploring these areas will feel much different than the towering sky.
Yeah, a lot of that looks exactly the same from the last game. They probably added maybe 2 or 3 new animations, but for the most part, it looks like a lot of the animations are copy paste from the last two. That may bother me a bit because you want the game to feel like it's actually new and it's not just
A DLC or something.
yeah, like an expansion. So yeah, I'll just have to see when the full thing comes out. But yeah, that's something I've been noticing and people talk about, and I have to agree with that based off of what I've seen. Now, what do you think they're gonna do with Venom?
That's what I was curious about too, because it looks like you'll definitely play as him sometimes. So I'm curious, is it going to be like a villain role still going on?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if he's gonna be playable.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be playable. They could try and pull like an Ultimate Spider-Man and have him be like a
Mm-hmm.
playable character through like different parts of the story, and they're just not saying anything about it because they want it to be a surprise for when the game comes out. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do with him. I will say this though, it's pretty much been confirmed already that Venom is Harry Osborn in this game, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really enthusiastic about that because Venom is supposed to be Eddie Brock, and Eddie Brock is supposed to be like a rival to Peter Parker. So the fact that Eddie Brock isn't in this game, at least I don't think he's in this game, that does kind of bother me to a certain extent. But as long as they capture Venom right as far as his character goes, then I don't mind it. As long as it's not the Venom that we see in the Tom Hardy movies where they just turn him into a clown and he's like
Mm-hmm.
sprouting jokes every 5 seconds, then like I said, it's not really going to bother me too much. Yeah, that's my thoughts on Venom right there. But I think the best character in the game is going to be Kraven.
I do wonder if he isn't playable. I wonder if they would end up making a game on him.
What Venom?
Yeah.
I I wouldn't. I personally I wouldn't want them to make a whole game on Venom. In
Mm.
all honesty, I don't think that would be a good idea. As popular as Venom is as a character, he's not. When you think of Venom, you think of Spider-Man, and when when
Mm-hmm.
when you when you have a game that's related to anything that's Spider-Man related, you want to play as Spider-Man. You don't want to play as one of his rogues gallery. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be like if they had a Batman game and where you can play as the Joker is like okay,
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean we get it. There's an appeal there, but it's kind of stupid. Just I want to play as Batman. I want to play as the Joker. I want to
Mm-hmm.
play against the Joker as Batman, but not as the Joker just being Joker. There's not much of a game there in terms of story or
Mm-hmm.
in terms of gameplay. So yeah, I personally don't think that would be a good idea. But I will say this. I've heard rumors that there may be some nods to a multiverse in Spider-Man 2. So
Mm-hmm.
they could be trying to take some liberties from the animated Miles Morales movies, the Spider-Verse movies. And something I thought about was, and I mentioned this to you in the past recently, is what if for the next game they introduce Gwen Stacy, Spider Gwen, and then in Spider-Man 3 you have 3 different playable characters,
Mm-hmm.
like how the second game introduced Miles and he got his powers and got his suit and whatnot, and that was like a spin-off. And then, for the next game they do the same thing, but instead of Miles, it's Gwen Stacy, and she becomes Spider-Gwen. And then in the third game, you can play as Peter, Miles, and Gwen. I think that would be pretty cool if they did that, honestly.
I could see it.
The only thing that would be challenging is how would you separate Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen, from the other two? Unless they made her more gadget based, because her powers are pretty much similar to that of Peter's. There's not much that she can actually do that's different from Peter or Miles. So yeah, they would have to come up with something to differentiate her if they do that. Yeah, I think the formula of these Insomniac Spider-Man games, I think it's still strong enough for this sequel. But if they plan on this, having this be a trilogy, I don't think doing this again for the third game is going to work. They're going to have to drastically change something. Like adding just another island in New York isn't going to cut it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to have to do something drastic. I mean, do you have any ideas?
Honestly, for Spider-Man, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, it is. That's the problem. I know. Like, they did their best to change the city and whatnot, and they got most of the actual buildings from the actual city in the game. There are a few that are missing, such as the Chrysler building. Insomniac, they couldn't get the licensing or whatever to have that building in the game. There's more than enough here to where it feels like you're actually in New York. And they added Brooklyn and Queens, so that's cool that they put that stuff in there. But all I'm saying is, if they do try and develop a third game, I have no idea what they're gonna do. I have no idea what they're gonna do. I think their best bet would be to have like a multiverse type story where you can play as different, at least one other character. That's why I came up with the Gwen Stacy idea. That's the direction I would go if I was in charge of the studio. So, but yeah, do you have any last thoughts on Spider-Man 2 that's coming out next month, or the trailer?
Well, game's looking good. I mean, I'm sure it will get positive reviews. So we'll wait to see. But yeah, I think they'll Insomniac, they're pretty trustworthy, so I think they'll knock it out the park.
Yeah, I think the main character, as far as the villains go, the main antagonist, I think is going to be Kraven. I think Venom. Honestly, I think Venom is just like a I don't want to say a tertiary character. He's more like not derogatory, but what's the word for it? Deuteragonist or something like that. It's the character that's in between the primary and the tertiary. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think you got it right.
Yeah, so I think he's going to be that type of character. I don't think he's going to be the main villain. I think it's going to be Kraven. And then Lizard, I don't know how they're going to fit Lizard into the story, but Lizard is in the game, so I'll just have to see how that works out. But yeah, that's Spider-Man 2. It comes out next month on the 20th of October.
I did forget. My bad. I'm trying to cut you off. I did forgot to mention too. They said they have new villains in here, right? Other new villains too, right?
Well, those are the new villains: Kraven, Venom, and Lizard.
Oh, okay. I thought they said they had other ones besides them too.
They might, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, that Spider-Man 2 comes out next month, and I'm not sure just yet, but this may be the last game I cover this year. So we'll just have to see.